What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DMV back with another one. If you're unfamiliar with my work, please, check out the videos previous. I do a lot of film breakdown, a lot of talking about football, mainly Cowboys football. But today, we're going to talk about Shilo Sanders and the upcoming NCAA football game that's coming out, and also what Shiloh's draft stock probably is going to be looking like early on in the season. So, got my PlayStation controller, and I'm ready to talk NCAA. All right. So, what's going to be innovative about what we're going to do here today? We're not going to actually show clips from the game that's coming up because obviously I don't have access to all the beta stuff and all of that. But what I do have is game film from Shiloh to show you exactly why I believe in this upcoming game he's going to be an impact player. See, everybody's always talking about Travis Hunter for Colorado. They're always talking about Shilo Sanders, his brother, in Colorado. But what I do know is there is an unlimited amount of impact players this year. So what I'm going to do is break down some of the features. Then we're going to break down some of the game film and why I think he's a candidate for an impact player on the game this year. So let's get into it. So the defensive upgrades include like a new AI logic, which is going to allow players to stay home or crash as they see fit as it pertains to the IQ. And as you know, Shilo is a very high IQ player. Here's an example. You're going to probably see a lot more RPO in this game. So as you can see, he reads his key, comes up and makes an impact hit. This is another example of a guy reading his key. So he stays true to what his assignment is, and he's going to read the near hip of the running back in open space. Again, this is an example of him being an impact player, and we'll get into what impact is, but he's a guy out there that's going to lay some lumber when he hits. Again, him filling the alley right here. He's going to come up here and lay a thunderous hit. So let's get into what impact is. Based on this little blurb, it's pretty much a way to identify the key players on the other team. So if you watch Colorado play, you know that other teams stay away from Shilo Sanders in that defense. And as you can see, he's a guy that's going to come up and lay the boom. So you're going to see, look, this is the same play at the wide angle. And he sets the tone. Jesus. For you defensive lurkers out there, they have something introducing called the switch stick, where you're going to be able to kind of lurk and be able to switch to the defender that's going to be in the area. So it doesn't look too different than what you've been seeing, but I think it's going to be, for you lurkers, it's going to be a little bit more friendly to what you want to be able to do as far as being all over the field. So let me show you an example of Shilo doing that on tape. So here he is. Pretty much playing the rover here, playing his hook the curl area. So he's going to take away the slant and take away that backside drag there, leading to almost an interception. And as the feature said, man, if you're worried about being able to do that and come up and hit the hit stick, well, you're going to be able to do that in this game, and Shilo is the perfect candidate for that. So you're going to see that in these next few clips. Look, he is playing his deep half. Now he's going to be able to come up and boom. You know what I'm saying? Lay the lumber and get a fumble. And that's right. We celebrate. We celebrate takeaways, right? That's what we're going to do. And I'm sure you're going to do that when you play this game. As far as analyzing real tape, I mean, there are times that he plays a little bit high and can lunge, and that might be a factor in the game and also in his actual play style. And also, he's a guy that is subject to targeting, as you can see here, and he got kicked out of the game for this as well. So I'm not sure. That's one of the things that I've been trying to read up on in this game in NCAA 25 is are you going to be kicked out for targeting? On NFL Draft Buzz, here are some of his strengths. They have that he has a nose for the football, creative turnovers. He has above average closing speed, shows good instincts and zone coverage, demonstrates willingness to come down here and support the run. Versatile defender, capable of playing safety position. So both of them, he can play, one high. He can play the two shell. He possesses high football IQ, which I told you guys. Showing the ability to produce in big moments, which, they highlight his 80-yard interception return against Colorado State. And, they bring his special teams experience. So, as you know, if you didn't know, he was a transfer from South Carolina, went to Jackson State. So he's very, very versatile when it comes to that. As far as his size, they say that he lacks ideal size for the safety position, which may limit to some of his effectiveness. But to me, when I look at him play, I don't think that his size has an issue. I still think that he's a big hitter. Now, they do say eventually in the third bullet that his tackling technique can be inconsistent. And you can see that. I talked about it. He gets a little high sometimes with his lunging and stuff like that. He's a very big hitter. So I do think that those are some of the things that can be shored up in an off season, especially going from South Carolina to Jackson State, then going back to Power 5 football. So I expect him to improve in that this year. Man-to-man coverage skills need refinement, like I talked about. And I also think that he can have a smoother back pedal. You know what I'm saying? Smoother transitions. I think sometimes he can chill a little bit out there, and so I'd rather see him get a little bit smoother in his transitions. He has the injury history, he has the ACL tear, and I've heard that he has some issues with the shoulder and recognition. They say needs improvement. So to me, I think that I don't know if play. I mean, you can always improve play recognition. So for a fifth year, I expect him to come out and be one of those guys. And they have him projected right now to be a day two guy. I think that this year he's going to leap a lot of boards. The only thing is he's 24 years old, so he has a lot of experience. So that's why I expect in the video game for him not to be rattled as much, because he's been in big SEC environments. He's been at HBCU environments. He's also been at Colorado, where they were at the forefront of everything. So I don't expect those things to bother him. I think a really good year could put Shilo on the map. You know what I'm saying? Cast him out of the shadow of Travis Hunter and his brother Shador. And I expect him to use that experience that he does have and be able to leapfrog that board. So they have him as a day two guy right now. I think he could be an early day two guy if, you know what I'm saying, he's able to shore up some of the things that we talked about. You know what I'm saying? Smoother transitions, a better recognition, and, hitting the game a little bit faster than he did last year. So appreciate y'all for stopping by. Let me know what y'all think of the video, man. And I hope that I'm right. And I hope that in the video game, and probably in less than 2 weeks, we're able to settle some of these things. So appreciate y'all, man. We out. Peace.
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best. And I know I'm the best. You know I'm the best.